It is cold outside. I wonder if what we see in front of us has anything to do with that. Though we wouldn't know right now because this guy happens to be involved in secret wars. But we're going to try to find out on the other side. What is good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus back at you again. We have got an offering from Marvel Legends. We are revisiting the Secret Wars program, if you will. They're retro carded figures. They came up with a wave, and now we're getting single figures, fan channel style. And we're kicking it off with Iceman. Yes, indeed, Bobby Drake, an X-Man. The X-Men were involved in the original Secret Wars, and we've already gotten Wolverine as an X-Men from that particular storyline. Getting Iceman, that tells us that we can expect to get more X-Men. Pretty cool. We've got Iceman in packaging, and as you can see, he's fluorescent this go round. The past issues with fluorescent see-through figures is that they're pretty brittle and are prone to breakage. We're going to check out what's going on here, and hopefully we won't run into that problem. I see some nice effects in packaging. I see an effect we've seen before with Iceman, but those, we'll call them ice blast effects. They look very interesting. We've got that piece that has his face in there, and I believe it changes. The word, what it is escaping me. I'll figure out the word by the time we get back. But you know what's going on. I even see a snowball. This is crazy. That'll be the first time we've ever gotten that. So that looks cool. Can't wait to open this guy up. We have got some nice artwork there in the rear. Lenticular. I just figured it out. I didn't even read it, but it finally came to me. That thing with the face is lenticular. Okay. And we do have a readout. Iceman. While the Secret Wars rage on Battleworld, Iceman ice slides through a time-traveling misadventure, meeting his own parents before he was born. Pretty interesting. So, anyhow, without further ado, we're about to get to it. And because of the very nature of this particular figure, I decided to flip the script and go with a dark background, a black background, so we can see this guy and his accessories a bit better. And of course, speaking of that, even though the Secret Wars packaging made the figure and all of what he comes with very visible, this is my MO, so we still gonna play that game of showing the figure and accessories out of packaging, still in the clamshell, so you could see everything just a little bit better. Okay, we've got Robert Drake, aka Iceman, out of his clamshell, and we got him standing before you. And even though we are focused in, it is, he is a translucent, transparent action figure made totally of clear plastic in terms of the parts. Now, the connecting parts, here's the caveat. When you deal with see-through figures, you can see where all the joints connect up. And speaking of that, the knees are a more solid color. And you'll get a better look at that when I go through the articulation. And you'll see more clearly the joints that are connecting elbows, forearms and biceps. So that's the price you pay for going clear. I think we've had clear Icemen before. I know that the retro carded one was more solid coloring. It looked it was a grayish. It was in between a silver and a gray to try to mimic an icy visage, so to speak. But Yeah, we've had our fair share of Icemen over the years too. But before we get into the figure itself, let's take a closer look at some of those very interesting accessories. We've got the translucent hands. They're the graspers, and definitely they need to be grasped, especially I would assume. Well, probably either or. What I'm getting at is we also get the ice ball, and I'm assuming it can fit. You see right there, it looks like it's pretty loose in that one. So I'll put it in this other hand. This is the right hand, and yes, definitely good for that one. Definitely. So it's interesting. It's the first time we've ever gotten an ice ball with Iceman. As with all of the Secret Wars figures, we get this shield. It's a shield, so to speak, and we do get the clips. That clip system that we've gotten forever. That is a very scary proposition, and this is what we see here is a lenticular. You see it changes, transforms as you try to catch it the right angle. There's Bobby as Iceman, and then there he goes depowered. And if you choose to do so, you can throw something else in there. The shield itself opens up, and you could take the lenticular piece out. Now, what you would put in there, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys, your imagination. But we do have it. It's a definitely a standout for the Secret Wars line. Here's a look at that piece we've gotten before. We've seen this before. In fact, the aforementioned retro Iceman came with this. This one is also transparent, at least from the top. When you look at it, the icy side there, it's got this icy white kind of color. So pretty nice. There are pegs in there, very difficult to see because of the very nature of this plastic here. And the other icy things we got, which to me is definitely the highlight. It's the first time we've ever gotten these. These are they're not really ice blast effects per se. You use these when you're trying to demonstrate Iceman moving on his ice sleds. So you see, you got the clip-ons for the wrists up top there. I'll set one aside so we can get a better look at one of them because they're basically, are they identical or are they mirrored? They actually they're different. So cool. Glad I picked it back up to show that part. But yeah, you got the clip there, and they're transparent as well. You can see right through there. But they will call it ice up, that icy white at the top with the spikes, the ice spikes at the top and bottom. The bottom are more like supposedly ice blast impacts for when he's forming his ice sled. So pretty cool. Now I don't think that it's going to look too good paired up with the sled that we got because this sled is more of a base than anything else. But it is what it is. By the video's end, we'll see what I can do with these pieces. Taking a look at Bobby Drake, aka Iceman of the X-Men, we have, as we stated before, we're talking about transparency of a different nature, physical transparency we're going on here. And like I said, in an attempt to make him look more ice-like, Hasbro went with this, but see if we can get in there and focus in on the joints. You see right there that shoulder joint is not transparent. You can actually see it, but that's on the outside. My issues are on the inside. Obviously, the elbows, just like the knees, we've got solid caps there, and the joints that are internal, you can actually see through them. It is what it is. It's especially egregiously shown here with the knees. So that's crazy. But the wild thing is, seeing it this way, we can actually see the pinless technology. So I guess we have to draw some type of cup half full philosophy from it, an attitude about it. There, where where the calf meets the boot, you can actually see that connection as well. So, and I mean, all over the place, you can see wherever anything connects, you can actually see. So I wanted to point that out. As far as the figure itself, its aesthetic, there it is, the head sculpt. We've got Bobby. He's basically smiling there. So, he's always been basically the class clown in the X-Men. So that's why you get that smiling visage there. And in case you thought I forgot about that other head sculpt in the packaging, no, I did not. I just saved it for this segment right here. He's got the angry visage, so he isn't always smiles and happy-go-lucky. He can get upset too, and he may act like the class clown, but always remember, Iceman is an Omega level mutant. As far as his articulation is concerned, his head is on a ball hinge, so he can look up pretty decently, and he can look down just as nice. Of course, he can rotate, and you don't get that much pivot in terms of left or right pivot, but you get a little bit. He can get you a T-pose, as you can see right there. He can go 360. He has butterfly joints, so he can rear back. Let me get him. He can rear back something fierce, as you can see. And in terms of going across his body, this is one of the better figures that can do it. You see that right there? You gotta love that. You have got to love that for sure. He's got the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that are visible. He gets you an ab crunch. Doesn't go so far. It wants to like snap back, but you do have it there. He can go back with that ab crunch as well. He's got a waist swivel that's right underneath that belt, which is also translucent, and you've got the black X on there. And then he can do the splits that far apart. He can kick 90 degrees, go back decently. He's got the thigh cut, double jointed knees, where you can see the joints visibly. He's got the boot cut there. He can point his toe that far forward, very nicely ballerina style. He can get it up that far, and he's got the ankle pivot, and he does have holes at the bottom of those transparent, translucent feet of his. So definitely great articulation, and keep in mind, this is not the Vulcan body, and we have a nice articulation like that. Here's a look at the retro card Iceman, and you see the differences in the figures themselves. And of course, the retro card Iceman has a totally white belt with a round X logo. That's also white background with the black X. I told you I'd find something to do with Iceman and those ice blasts or ice sled makers, as what they actually are. And I've changed the angle a little so you can actually see it's an ice sled. I'll probably make this a thumbnail so you guys can get the full view or close to it, because this particular third-party piece I got specifically for Iceman. This was a while ago. So once again, sometimes you must go third party to get the effects that you desire. So as we wrap up this one, we give our thoughts. Well, at least I give mine. Anyway, Secret Wars Iceman from Marvel Legends. This is a fan channel exclusive release. It's a single, not part of any wave, like the previous 6 figures that we got for Secret Wars. This is an addition to that, and I guess that means that we will be getting some single releases associated with Secret Wars in the future, which is cool, which is definitely cool. And we went with the transparent look this time. At least what I mean is Hasbro has. And it definitely works. It looks pretty cool. It looks like a cube of ice, you know, chiseled out into a human shape. The caveat, obviously, are those joints. They are solid colored, solid sculpted, or you know what I'm saying, molded. And you can see right through them and see how the joints work and everything like that. But that's the downside to having clear plastic. We got some accessories. Bobby is sporting one now in his right hand, an actual snowball, which is the first time we've gotten that. We also got that ice sled that we've gotten before, which is really just a base, you know. But the highlight for this set were those, I call them the ice making blasts for making ice sleds, and they're pretty cool, especially if you have something that you could utilize to demonstrate Iceman making sleds, which you guys saw that I do have. So pretty good. We've got excellent articulation on this guy. So that's also good. I didn't mention anything about how it feels in hand, considering we are dealing with transparent plastic, and it feels decent. It doesn't feel, at least right now, it doesn't feel spongy or anything like that. It doesn't feel brittle. So that's a plus right there. So that's what we have when it comes to the Secret Wars Iceman by Marvel Legends. Let me know what you think. I'll let you know what I did, what I thought. So let me know what you think about this. Is this a pass? Are you going to play? Which way are you going to go? Anyhow, let me know down below. And also while you're down there, if you have not done so already, like the video. And if you do like it, share it for sure. Get more people, get some interaction going on here. If you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. We love having more of you guys hanging out with us. And in order to hang out, you need to know that we're on. So hit that notification bell so you can be advised when I upload another video. So, yeah, that's all the housekeeping I've got. We're going to get up out of here. It's, like I said, it's a little cold up in here. So I need to warm it up by getting up. So you guys take care. Peace.